Hello and welcome to the channel. I'm afraid, unfortunately, I dropped. Hello and welcome. Who cares? I dropped the phone when we were out. Right. So how are we going to do this time? We'll do it the bottom up method, which I find is better. It's working for me better. We'll just leave all that ash in there. Just a fire section. Show you how I light the fire. So that's, we'll get a bit more paper. Right, and then we'll put some firelighter in it. Firelighter, and that way you're sort of sure it's going to go, you know. Yeah, so I went up to do some videoing, and then realised that I was just badly organised. That's what happened. On my way back, so I'm picking up tins and carrying them without a bag. So that's bad organisation. So then the reason that I dropped the phone was my hands were, well, it jumped out of the actual gimbal that was holding it, partly because I was holding these tins and I was kind of struggling to, so the failure on my part was that I should have put it in my bag. I had my bag with me. Why did I not put the phone in the bag? And the gimbal, the battery was gone, so it's not like you were going to be able to use it. I had thought about it and I just didn't do it. Absolute idiot. So that's a bit of a cock up there. Bit of a failure, but the good news is it still works okay. It's broken at the edge, and from experience with this sort of thing, with this type, when you break things, sometimes it does. It might work just now, but it might eventually not work. You know, it'll start getting worse. That's my experience when you break the screen. But of course, I could get the screen fixed. I suppose it's a modern problem, isn't it? The problem I've got is I have a cover. I've got two covers. I've got a screen cover, and I've got a cover for the whole phone, right? But the problem is that I have to. It doesn't work with the gimbal. You know, it doesn't. But if I'm using the gimbal, I've got to take it out of the cover. That's the problem with this. It doesn't fit in the gimbal when it's with its cover on. Well, it does, but it doesn't do it right. So it's also liable to come out, fall out. Hold on, don't go away. Just get it clean. So I'm pretty cheesed off about that. It was my own fault. But, well, the good news is it's still working, so. It's chipped at the edge, and there's a very thin crack along the top, and it's working perfectly well at the moment. So, actually, I was wanting to buy another phone, so it's lasted like a year. When did I get that phone? I don't know. It's lasted Yeah, it was Christmas 2023 that I got it. Let's just see how this goes. It's maybe not the ideal paper. I think the reality is when you're doing any sort of video, they are quite vulnerable, these things, aren't they? So the problem is, with me, is that the gimbal, that's a gimbal there. That's a gimbal. So it sits in this clamp. So I have to, so when I've got the cover on, which is on it right now, it doesn't go in far enough. So it does sit in it. And so what I do is I take the cover off the phone every time and put it in here. And there's a woman grabbed it and it didn't even come out. But I was walking along there with it switched off because the battery had went on the phone, and it just came out of the bracket, and it was because I was holding on to something. It was my incompetence. Right, so what we've got. So I'm fucking pissed off about that. I can't even see it. It's chipped right in the edge. You know, in the corner, and it's sort of. So I think at the end of the day, I'll just have to be more careful. Now I was planning on buying another phone. Anyway, so I'll buy another phone. I'll have to really try and. Retrial for Lucy Letby, wow. Don't think this firelighting session is working that well, is it? Oh, don't think so. I don't think it is it? You know why that is? Probably because the kindling's not quite thin enough, probably.
Time for your latest weather update from the Met Office here on GB News. The wintry weather continues to cause some problems. Met Office warnings remain in place. Snow across the south, and amber warning across parts of the southwest during this evening before it all starts to pull away. But some sleet and snow still falling across the southeast well into the night before that edges away. Snow showers coming in across northern Scotland, the north of Northern Ireland, likely to turn things icy.
I think it's going to go.
Later in the night, filter into western parts of Wales down towards Cornwall. For many, it's just a dry night, a clear night, and a very cold night. -4, -5 in towns and cities. Rural spots getting to minus double digits. So a very cold, very frosty start. Also some freezing.
So is it awkward doing videoing and using a phone? Maybe it's time to move. Should I start using a GoPro or something? Maybe that may be the answer, eh?
Wintry showers in here during Thursday morning. So still potentially very icy out there.
God, this is pretty grim, isn't it? This is not really going very well.
And some dense fog patches, but actually for many it'll be a bright, fine winter's day on Thursday. Plenty of blue sky, plenty of.
So this period right now, it's really this will be a lot of smoke.
And certainly more snow showers across northern Scotland, but elsewhere, so quite
Partly because it's not lighting that well.
Temperatures may not get above freezing. Some elements of Scotland may stay below freezing all day as well, but generally temperatures creeping up 2 or 3 degrees. Still pretty cold though, and again a hard frost on Friday morning. Temperatures again like to get to minus double digits in rural spots. Notice though some wet weather coming into the southwest. Again, this is going to be a messy mixture of rain, sleet, and some snow coming into parts of Wales and southwest England.
Right.
Areas dry on Friday.
Hang on a second, I'll be back in a minute.
A nice bright morning will generate a lovely warm day, right through to evening. Fox Solar, sponsors of web.
Train, play and stay at the Nest. on-site accommodation and catering. Everything you need for the perfect football trip for your team. Training, fixtures and excursions for all ages and all levels. The Nest hosts teams from all around the country and abroad. Play competitive fixtures or mini tournaments against local sides. Search the Nest Norwich and start planning your team's visit now.
Welcome to Madison and Mayfair Homeware, where New York style and London luxury meet to create the home of interior excellence. Discover our seasonal ranges, bursting with luxury items for your home. From the kitchen to the living room and the bathroom to the lounge, we've hundreds of beautiful items to brighten your living space, business or home office. Visit MadisonandMayfair.com today and discover the home of interior excellence.
The winter sale is here at Motorvo. We've got great offers on needing new
Right, how's it going? Is it lit yet?
like the stylish Fiat 500.
God, it's slow.
Plug-in Jeep Compass Hybrid.
It's slow today.
Savings on our huge selection of used cars in store and online at motorvo.co.uk. We even have vans too.
It's definitely slow today, isn't it?
With savings on over 1,000 cars and vans, your next vehicle could be waiting for you at
It's definitely slow.
There's so many savings to be had. So search Motorvo.
When you need a space to work
Come on, light.
or a
Light
space
properly.
to hang out.
So today it is just coming for 7 o'clock.
To relax.
So I was out for a walk. Well, I walked up to Bannockburn, and it's like
Make a space
there's specific time zones
today to book your free design
in people's
and let 5 Star
day.
create a beautiful space
So this is
for your home.
if you're working, if you've got a job, you get dropped off or something, you know,
Sumptuous
of
stylish
a
silver
work span or that, you get dropped off.
sophisticated
And then you go to,
lounge, dining, bedroom,
if you're
and
into
accessories
drink, you go for a pint.
Belgica
or
offers
have a couple of
sensational
pints.
furniture shopping
Well, this
and
is
interior design
Wednesday night. It used to be you'd do it on Thursday
House, a
or
home.
Friday.
Belgica furniture.
So it's like, it does, your mood can improve, I think. I think you can feel good if you're working, if you've got a job. Or you'll feel really pissed off in the morning. But you feel a sense of satisfaction getting dropped off about 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock or something in the evening. As long as you've got some kind of stability in your life. So what happened with me was, well, my first wife divorced me. I think that the whole experience caused havoc. And looking back now, why did I fucking get involved with that? You know, why?
Welcome to Farage with me, Christopher Hope. Now, as we speak, MPs are voting
I wasn't suitable for her. I suppose you could say that. But we had 3 children together. And then the next one, I had 2 with her, 2 children. And she divorced me as well. So I think the reality is that marriage. I'm not going to sit here and blame her, me, everyone. I think the reality was it wasn't going to fly. How do you know that then? And it's been, well, I think it's been easy for them to get out of because there's no contract. So I lost out. The kids have lost out as well, but they don't seem to think that. But I don't know if they do or not. So I think if you've got some kind of stable life, you know, it's so difficult now, isn't it? A lot of it was. One problem I had, and I would say I never had enough money for them. There was never enough money for them. So that was never going to change. It wouldn't matter how much you earned, it would all get spent. So we weren't. If you're a husband and wife, should be on the same page, and we weren't on the same page at all, not even remotely. So what I mean is, it's got to be some kind of. I think marriage should really. It's so fundamentally faulty now. You know. The contract is. What sort of contract is it? You know. What sort of contract? It's fundamentally a flawed institution, and
It's a kind of Christmas tree bill, and they've attached a bauble on the edge of it, which I read the wording here, and this is why it's so important.
why MD would do it, you'd have to be completely nuts, because you're going to get shot. If you're a man, there's a good chance. I don't know what the statistics are, it's quite high. You're going to get shafted. They're going to dump you after 5 years. They'll decide they don't like you. So they'll put up with you while they're having the kids. I think that's because that is the base level. So, like, if say you're in a wildlife park and there's a bear around, they will not get rid of you then, right? They'll get rid of you then. But when everything's happy, so this is part of the comfort thing. They don't need it. They don't need. They go on benefits. So they don't need you. They're better off on benefits. So marriage is just seriously a faulty concept now. It shouldn't be, but it is. Well, actually, what happens is the rich people, the elite, they'll still do it. They'll have it properly sorted out. They'll have the. I think our fire's catching on quite well, you know. They'll have the contract done properly. So, in order to be married, you need to both be on the same page, both be striving for the same thing. So when I was married, they were wanting money, and I wasn't perhaps that brilliant at getting it, and I was wanting different things as well. So whether you could sort of be married and just do your separate things and stay together, and because I'm fundamentally miles better off now. I've no intention of ever getting married again. Never. I haven't even thought about it for years. And I'm thinking about it now. No. Why? Why would I do that? That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. I can't have children. So that would be. I think that's one of the fundamental reasons why you should get married. But what's happening is they're having children and then getting rid of the husband. So no, I would never get married again. I do not see any. If I got married to somebody, why would you get married to somebody? I just can't see it at all. I think it's for having children, and I can't have any, so I don't see the point of it at all. Yeah. No point whatsoever. Right, well, I'm quite pleased that the fire has caught on quite well.
That's annoying probably for people empowering in government, but he's right, isn't he? I don't think anyone can deny that there has been a huge failing on this issue for a generation. Sexual abuse of children more broadly, and this particular targeted issues, which is about gangs grooming particular groups of people.
So that's what the problem with this phone is. I've got to take it out of the cover to put it in the gimbal. I wonder what phone am I going to replace it with? What am I going to get? I'm not sure really. Should I really get a GoPro? Is a GoPro going to work for me? I don't know. Well, look at that fire. That's going really well, isn't it? Eh? That's quite pleasing. That's pleasing. Very pleasing. It's going to fall out as a problem. One of them's leaning against it. Right.
Yes, Catholic priests will abuse kids and all of that, but here we had communities which were quite divided racially. There were a lot of racial tensions.
Racial tensions. What the fuck is that shite? Go on about that for. It's getting a bit monotonous, isn't it? The old racial tensions bullshit. No? I mean, it's like Don't you just get fed up hearing that crap all the time? You know, racial tensions. You know, just do what you're supposed to do. Less of the racial tension shit. It's like unbelievable, isn't it? It's maybe not quite going enough to get too complacent. But I would say the bottom, what I've been doing is, the way I did it today seemed to work better for me. So it's paper at the bottom with a fire lighter and kindling on the top, and then some thicker bits on top of that. That's where you're getting your heart from, like these bits there. You can actually burn your hand doing what I'm doing. Well, hey, wait a minute. I did get a glove off Kalido. I bought this in Kalido. Did I mention that? I don't forget to mention that. That's where it was bought, which is down in Throsk. Kalido. Yeah. That's where I bought that brilliant thing. Yeah.
Is not them jumping on a far-right bandwagon. Because the implication is that this is just exclusively a far-right issue, which it isn't. It's quite the rape of children is not... It certainly isn't. Protesting against that is not a far-right... It is Lord Rothmore, as a guy from the left, is quasi-quatang right. By saying it's a right-wing issue, it's trying to shut down conversation...
So how's that going? Well, before I end the firelighting session, I have to have the door shut properly and turn the air down a little bit. Before it's officially started. So I think marriage is fucked for the most part, because why would you get involved with that shit when you're going to end up losing your children, losing a great heap of money, and then you're going to be back to square one. It's not good for women either. Well, marriage is good for women, but it's not good for them when they get divorced, because they then have to do it all over again. You know, it doesn't always work out. So they've got a man who is not the father of the children. Or maybe that's the way they do it anyway, who knows? How the fuck do I know I'm the father of my children? How would I be certain of that? How would I fucking know? I wouldn't know. I think they probably am. There's two of them got blonde hair. Fuck knows. I'm playing things with my daughter just now as well. So we're sort of speaking, but I can't overdo it. Like, I can't say to her, right, I'm coming up, I'll take you out for your dinner, because that'll be me putting myself forward, and then I'm open for abuse. So I've got to let her say, hey, do you want to come up to mine or something, or can I come to yours? Say yeah. So what I can't do is push it. So I can't say, hey, I'm coming up to yours. No, because that would be me trying to. So it's like okay, she's my daughter, right? But well, if she wasn't my daughter, she's just a friend or something. If you're trying to organise something and they don't really want to do it, you're on the back foot. So what I've learned in life is don't try and do anything like that. Only do it if you're both mutually consenting to whatever it is you want to do. If you want to go for fish and chips or something, right, in Aberdeen, which is what I'd like to do. But it turns out that maybe she doesn't want to do that. But she might say yes or something, and I'll end up moaning like fuck and then complaining about it. So that's what I'm really talking about. But it's different when you've got children, isn't it? Well, she's not a child, she's 27. 98. So that's 22. She'll be 27 in June. And I'll be 59 in May. Right, are we going then? Is this fire going? So we're going to get the fire going right. I'm going to have it burning right through the night. I'm going to go up early and put some stuff on it, and then I'm going to get out of my shower with install, and then I'm going to let it go out. And I'll light it again tomorrow night. But we are actually needing to go back in the studio tonight as well. So, thanks for watching this video. Yes, it's going. It's going, it's going, it's going. Get the door shut. Turn it down a little bit.
The eyes to the right for 111, the nose to the left 364. So the nose have it, the nose have it. Unlock.
Grimmingham inquiry.
The question is that the bill be now read a second time. As many as are of that opinion say aye. Of the contrary, no. Division.
Yeah, of course. Okay, there we have it. Dame Caroline Noakes, she's the Deputy Speaker, and that's the result there. Just briefly to remind views on this, is 111 MPs supporting the Tory amendment, 364 against. Interesting that it's 10 fewer than the number of Tory MPs who are in the Parliament, and there of course there are 5, there should be 5.
One assumes the 5 reform.
Are in there too. So we'll look at it. Some have may have permission to be away, but your reaction to the political impact there of Labour MPs voting against a national inquiry into the Swan grieving scandal, Kwasi Kwarteng.
I mean, I know this is a technical issue in terms of votes in the House. I was surprised that they moved this as an amendment to a bill. Because that's the amendment? Yeah, because there's no way that any government is going to approve or not try its hardest to vote down an amendment.
Right, that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye. Fire lighting session is over. Bye. Please remember to like, share and subscribe.